Hello everyone and welcome to Best Side Cycling. Today I'll be doing a guide on how to cycle from Seattle to West Seattle, namely from the Elliott Bay Trail near the ferry terminal to the Alki Trail in West Seattle. Following this animated route, we'll start at the Elliott Bay Trail right near the ferry terminal and head south on East Marginal Way. We'll then make a right and connect onto the West Seattle Bridge Trail, which then crosses over the Spokane Street Bridge, and then we'll be directly connecting into the Alki Trail, where this video will shortly end after at Westside Bicycle Shop. You'll be able to keep on riding from there really easily to get to great destinations like Alki Beach. So without further ado, let's get started. So this is the north end of the route, and we're here at the Elliott Bay Trail. The best way to connect to this part of the trail is using Alaskan Way, which sort of goes all the way from Olympic Sculpture Park. You can ride following along the Elliott Bay Trail along down to here, or if you're comfortable, a lot of us just use the road. Other way to connect to here is mainly from the northeast, i.e. the more deeper parts of the city. You can use Yesler Way. That happens to be a main road that's connected to a lot of different sort of cycling infrastructure and streets, so I definitely would check those two out. But here, you see on our left that we just passed by the park, and there is the field, that namely T-Mobile Park and Lubin Field, where the Mariners and Seahawks play. This is a really fantastic route, both for commuting, but also there's a lot of sights to be had, so I'll definitely try to call them out as we're coming along here. And the main reason I made this video, as you'd expect, is at least for the locals know, is that our West Seattle Bridge, one of the main vehicle arteries between Seattle and West Seattle, has been out of commission for a while, and the current repairs is slated to be finished in mid-2022, but we'll have to see on that. So I wanted to create this video just to give just sort of a visual overview of what this route feels and looks like for those that haven't tried it before. Overall, connecting from somewhere, let's say like Alki Beach to downtown Seattle, is probably about a 6-mile one-way trip, which for most is maybe about maybe a half an hour journey at most. So hopefully this could be a good inspiration and guide to encourage you to try out biking, or if you're just here visiting, this is a fantastic route to take you and your friends to just go check out Alki Beach, where you can get fantastic views of Seattle skyline. But anyway, continuing with the route, we sort of finished that first part of the trail, and majority of this route is actually going to be completely isolated from cars except for this part. So we're now connecting onto East Marginal Way, and you can actually use the lane directly here. There's going to be either a protected bike lane where there's a slight amount of space, or just marked bike lanes along this whole stretch. Taking the sidewalk definitely is no issue. It's just that you'll have to transition back onto the road later, as you'll see me doing. And the main thing I wanted to call out about this part of the ride is that as we're entering this section, it sort of parallels the Soto area, which in Seattle is sort of its industrial district. So namely, when you get here is that you'll probably encounter a good chance of some big trucks or vehicles. So I don't think it's really a safety issue, in the sense that at least here there's going to be good pavement. The sight lines are very wide, so you're very visible to cars, generally speaking, with these street lights, and no real obstructions in the way. But it's definitely worth calling out, especially since just to stay safe on the road. So heads up on that. But other than that, this is going to be a straight shot down until we make a right, which I'll show you later in the video. But to your left, you'll be able to see a lot of the businesses in the Seattle Industrial District, namely the worldwide Starbucks headquarters. You might get a peek at that sign at the top and logo. And then here to the right, you'll see a lot of the ports and all the cargo ships coming in. But anyway, we now transitioning to make this turn here. Make sure you make this turn onto this curb, and you don't want to miss it, because like afterwards the road doesn't actually have any real cycling amenities, but we're just going to be following along this trail. It's going to be real straightforward in a sense, as there's going to be good markings on the ground, but there's going to be some zigzags here and there. But we're now finally headed in the westbound direction, directly towards West Seattle. So it should be a pleasant ride, and as you can see on the top left, that is the West Seattle Bridge that currently isn't operating. Hopefully soon, but it's definitely nice. This definitely does give you a cool perspective being down here and riding along. Only thing I'd call out for this section is that there is going to be a lot of these transition points where there potentially could be cars. This isn't a very high traffic area, but you see with all these crossing and stuff, it definitely can happen. And here there's an interesting choice is that if you follow the bike marking strictly on the ground, it'll sort of direct you to the right here, but I make a left. If you make a left, this is sort of the shortest way as we just sort of use the crossings to get across to the bridge. If you use the routings across, it sort of takes you on this little nice detour around where there's no cars or traffic lights, but it is a little bit, quite a bit longer. So take that into consideration. But we're here at the Spokane Draw Street Bridge, and they have a cool marker here as well to tell you how many people have crossed the bridge today as well. But at being a drawbridge similar to the Fremont Bridge in Fremont, there occasionally will be crossings and they will lift up the bridge and they will halt all the bicycle traffic. So during rush hours, I've definitely seen there being a long lineup here. So you can watch out for that. But other than that, this is a nice ride. Note that there is a gradient going up and down the bridge. So it's not the hardest of climbs, but I imagine in terms of this route, this will be the hardest part you'll have to tackle. But you'll get good views of the water from here, and we're going to, after you finish this part of the ride, you'll strictly be in West Seattle. So, but as always, if you enjoy this video, please roll over the like button and subscribe. I have a lot of videos I want to make for you guys, and every like and comment really inspires me to do a lot more. I do this all really just for fun and to get people on bikes. So if you're here in the Seattle area, let me know what kind of videos you want to see. I'd love to go out and film it and commentate it on it for you guys. But anyway, so here we are. We are now in what I would say is like sort of the main parts of the West Seattle, and we're on this West Seattle Bridge Trail, and here it's actually going to split and have a fork here. And if you take that trail to the left, it'll lead you to other parts of the area, such as the Delridge area. By making a right turn here, we're basically heading towards the Alki Trail and the Alki Beach. So do take that in mind. And then here we get to the main confusing crossing here at Spokane Street. They've already done a lot to improve this with the bicycle markings on the ground and the green sort of lane markings here. But before, this used to be really confusing before those were even implemented. But simply said, when you connect down here, the idea is you want to wait for the green light that's the most in front of you. You can sort of see on the screen there on the right. And then you're just going to follow this green lane all the way across, make this crossing as well, following that biking marker on the ground. And we're on the Alki Trail, everyone. And this is the final stretch, and I'm gonna probably skip it ahead soon to the final parts, but this is just a straight ride to the final turn we're gonna make for this video. So we're now here, and we're basically steps away from the beach, but for this video, we're just gonna end it here at the West Side Bicycle Shop here to the right. Let me know your thoughts on this video, and I'll definitely upload another video featuring the Alki Trail where I've actually ridden all across it and show you guys all those views. But if this was helpful, please let me know. And I'll see you all guys in the next one.